Alright, we've got a game of Selendis here. I was thinking about this map. There are so many spots that have potentially viable eco spots if you play Selendis with the cloaked eco, especially when it comes to the steam vents that are around, the vision blockers. And I've never seen them used, and I feel like it's so uncommon for Zerg to really realize that something's blocking the way if it's close to mid, so we give that a go this game. So I'm looking around. I'm also going to be kind of walling in a little bit of the warden here as eco as well. But it's going to be a huge change to my start. My usual start, or the more optimal starts for Selendis. Can't really do it here because I'm going to be needing to use my Selendis to, one, sit on top of my eco for cloak, because lings are going to run into the shit. Random lings will run into this, especially with the amount of surface area on both sides. But also, I need to actually create a whole lot of mineral patches to, one, be able to block off the path so random lings, or Kerrigan rather, doesn't run by with just standard pathing, but also so that I can kind of create an actual double-sided wall so the warden can eco with us. Unfortunately, a bit of a miscommunication, and he decides to eco up here instead, thinking I'm going to wall this off. That is not my plan. What I was thinking here is that you can patrol this high ground, very common to patrol this high ground here, and to maybe send a ling ball up here to check for eco or something. But you're not likely to run through here with Zerg's hero if this ramp is blocked off. So we're going to be trying to do that here. We see I am doing the trick to get the probes into a zero space area, if you'd call it that. Kind of what you do is you put one of the probes farming on the mineral patch, another one farming on another, and then you hold command one of them, and then whichever mineral patch is now free because of the hold commanded probe, you then put a new probe on, and that way you're able to get 3 probes in here. Then you stop command them once you place your other mineral patch, and we're also able to do it with this one. Similar strategies, similar thing you do. So now we've fully walled off this ramp. Usually I don't do structures like this because you kind of have to micromanage the probes that are farming, because sometimes they, like, let's say the 3 probes that are in this top side will try to mine the mineral patches on the bottom side, and of course they can't reach that. Unfortunately, random ling runs through here, and if they weren't watching for just that second, they won't notice that there is an eco there. But I probably should have waited to blink these guys back as well, because they can leave mineral blobs, or gas blobs rather, which would leave me kind of revealed there. But yeah, now we're getting that second side of the eco setup. So now he'll be able to eco in the middle here. Let's take a look at what I'm looking at. I mean, I imagine I'm just staring at my eco at this point. Let's look around the map. I don't have much else to do, and also I need to I'm kind of doing it on the fly. I didn't really plan this placing out beforehand, so I'm trying to figure out what's the best placement I can do to get 0 mineral or 0 travel distance probes farming, while also giving the warden space to eco. So now he's got this eco space in here. He'll be able to fit one more in between there. Warden also has the chrono boost, the accelerations that he can use on my probes and his own. So that'll give us a 20% chrono for very cheap as well. All you need is the upgrade structure, the core matrix, 100 minerals, plus a pylon, I guess, so 110 minerals, and you're able to get a 20% chrono with the warden, and it works on allies as well. Unfortunately, Prophet does decide to wall us off here and kind of gets seen while doing it, but more unfortunately is that if this ever gets patrolled, now they know there's something blocking the way because of the wall. But, you know, that's okay. But that is kind of a lot of the point of the strategy. Oh, bit of a fuck up by me. Hopefully that doesn't reveal us. Hopefully Warden doesn't die. But yeah, a lot of the point of this strategy is that it can't be, or it won't be scouted with the Zerg patrolling us. So now it can be because of this wall, which is unfortunate, but oh well. But we're getting quite a decent amount of eco off of this, plus 12. Not as fast as we'd have if we decided to farm gas. We got a stalker out here. We'll move commanding it around so it doesn't hit anything. Second stalker out as well. We'll have to move that away. Unfortunately, because we don't have gas, we can't make Cybros, so we can't use that for vision, but we also can't use our Selendis for vision because we want her sitting over here to cloak our eco. But we managed to move them out, just put them on a ramp somewhere with decent ling traffic, get us gas. We are going to prioritize getting the probes upgraded before we get Cybros. Our mineral income is more important. But yeah, this economy is much slower than a usual Selendis start because you're not getting those gas probes to get that faster eco, which is an incredible boost to your economy. You're also not getting levels to scale with, both towards getting mothership and also to get those 3 very powerful abilities that Selendis has at level 1 each. Very powerful to have level 1 in each of them. But you know, we are in a place where it's really unlikely we ever get found, and also it's very unlikely our warden ever gets found. So it's actually it's working out pretty well. And now we do have those acceleration prototypes down, the chrono ward basically. Where's the Kerrigan off to? I think they're still topside. They're wandering around here. What are we at mineral wise? Plus 23. We have a few expert probes. It looks like advanced probes rather. The expert probes would be nice, but that's a bit out of my guess range. But yeah, these two stalkers farming us a decent amount. We do really want to get Cybro soon, because creating probes from our Selendis on top of our eco here, because we have to make it in this corner and then send them out, very risky, as opposed to if we can get a Cybros out, even though it costs us a lot of minerals, 500 minerals, it will be a huge boost in safety. We see the wardens coming in to try and take out some of the tumors that are moving towards us. Yeah, here's Cybros. It'll be a huge boost in safety because we'll be able to spawn units away from our hero now, and it'll be much harder to track where the stalkers come from, and we also won't have to spawn it directly on top of our eco, which could reveal us. We see a ling ball coming in here. Not sure where it's sent off to. Looks like, oh, it's probably, yeah, sent off to the mirror. It does avoid us, fortunately. Lose a stalker there, but it's okay. We're getting a good amount of gas. Looks like I'm getting upgrades as well. Right. I wanted upgrades, and I wanted a lot of stalkers here because I wanted to push back creep so that Neandra couldn't creep towards us. You know, like, it's unlikely Zerg paths through here, but once creep gets up here, they will be able to see it. The creep tumors will get vision of not only the altars from Warden, but also the probes. The reason I chose this spot in particular is, one, how well it works with letting a patrollable spot be up here, although it didn't work out this game. Letting a patrollable area be up here, so it gives them a false sense of thinking this area is safe, as well as the steam vents, so that there's a path blocker if Kerrigan ever walks past here. But also there's no rock on this high ground. If there were a rock up here like there is here, it's way more likely for the Zerg to want to scout what's up here, thinking there could be an eco or something. I find it's way less likely for... Oh yeah, that's right, he was pinging me to try and move my probe so he could place down a acceleration prototype. Unfortunately I was microing, but it's way more likely for the Zerg to prioritize trying to get eco up there. Yeah, we see I'm microing the probes a little bit to try and give him that room. I get punished for it, get my Cyrus jumped on, but we are able to get him out of there, and we'll be able to blink back down very fast. 8-second blink is so strong, so powerful. Unfortunately it was nerfed in Artanis' stalkers, but never nerfed in the Selendis stalkers, so you're able to utilize that mobility very, very often, very heavily. We see a little bit of creep sneak its way up here. This is super important to get. If we look from Zerg's point of view, where are they? Take a look at this guy. It does give high ground vision. There's one actually over here as well that we don't know about. They don't see this yet, but it gives high ground vision, which is really important because the auto spawning of the tumors will now spread up here, whereas they won't if they don't have vision. So it's getting a little bit risky for us. We do need to clear that out, doing a bit more creep push, but unfortunately we don't know this is here. The Warden's able to get the one on the top side, but this is really dangerous. The fact that we don't even know it is very concerning, because that could just spread up here very easily and reveal our entire eco, and then, I mean, we'd be able to salvage a decent amount in time, especially with the slow field from the Selendis, since that is what I leveled up first. Usually I go recall first, but since I was pretty much all in on eco, no units, slow field's much better, gives us more time to salvage. The Warden does find it, fortunately, and stops that from happening. But yeah, we would be able to get a decent amount out, but obviously it's a lot better if we don't have to salvage and we just keep up our eco. We're now at plus 61. Our Warden probably very rich, yeah, plus 100. It's kind of like 3 people's eco at the same time actually as well, because the Prophet is able to benefit off this too. Unfortunately, I lose my Cybros here, I think. Maybe not actually. Yeah, I just have to, well, send the Cybros back first. Okay, I do lose it. Nedra almost steps past that vent, but just doesn't. I should have sent it further downwards instead of upwards, because that was very risky here. I'll just do a bit of blink micro, be able to take out those roaches without losing too much. I did lose one stalker, a bit of fuck up by me. Also a fuck up that I lost my Cybros. But that's okay, we'll be able to remake it. It does cost quite a bit now that it's got levels, 1500 I think. Yeah, 1500 now that it's level 3. Minerals that is, I think still 5 gas, right? Yeah. Can't remember if the gas scales, but the mineral scaling as it levels is definitely very rough. Okay, that gets scattered. What are we at? We're at 2 armor, 1 attack. Try to blink in there to block the Niadra so we save the Cybros, but she actually stops going for it anyway. We have to, yeah, we can't send Cybros upwards too much because dragging Niadra through here, I think if she walks just past here, she won't be able to see the eco, but I think it does not take her, she could probably walk up to this line before she could see the eco, so we don't have a lot of room to work with. But we are able to actually hold back this side of creep for quite a long time, especially with the Warden, who is, as we can see, as he just stands there, very hard to deal damage to for the Zerg. Very, I mean, when he's had unfound eco, he gets tanky very fast, very easily, and can just pretty much stand there on top of Niadra, on top of our unit spawns, and hit the creep. Do I lose Cerberus again? I don't, fortunately. Someone said she's coming, oh, right to the eco. I was thinking, someone did call for a base earlier. I don't know if, I don't think they went for a base. Doesn't look like it. Look at the map. There is a lot of creep on the left side, isn't there? Fortunately not on the right side as we've been holding it back. I decide the Niadra is being annoying. They're doing so much damage to my Cerberus. They already took it out once. I'm going to go bully the Hunter instead. Try and get a bit of damage on them, annoy them a bit, maybe get some more gas, although it seems like I have enough. I wonder if I have Probius at all. No, I have double expert probe, not Probius yet. I'll be able to get it now. Should be blinking out of that. I walk out of it instead, but that's okay. Yeah, we're getting, I mean, we're draining their resources a bit. Their mineral count is dropped. They are getting a bit of gas off of it, but we are also getting levels. Pretty important. We're now level 4 on Selendis, level 5 on Cyberus. Very nice. We're also getting a bit of damage. How much damage have I done to Kerrigan? 16k. Way more damage than I expected. But yeah, slowly whittling them down. I kind of expected like 6k or something. That's not bad. Oh, we see creeps getting close. Does that see it? That is now established. We don't see it. Does the Zerg know? Oh my god, it's just out of range. They can actually see the shimmer of the cloaked structures there. But they just can't see the eco or the probes or anything, or the Warden eco. Moving back around with our stalkers, we've been told to sell. I don't know who. It must have been talking to someone else because they're not selling their structures. That's the Warden typing. If the Prophet could find that, oh, Hawk finds it. That's big, and he cleared it out. Do we notice that? I mean, he's pinging out eco. He is right that they could see that eco. Wait, was I just off that? Hold on. Oh fuck, my Cybros or one of the flying units knocked my Selendis a tiny bit. The Hawk maybe knocked my Selendis a tiny bit upwards. And I no longer have cloak on this mineral patch. Can they see it? I think they can. Oh no, that's so unbelievably unfortunate. Wait, does he kill it? Does he kill their vision before I get back on top of it? Oh my god. I didn't know this happened during the game. That is so fucking funny. That's so unfortunate. We're in a good spot though. Even if we have to full salvage, we could probably honestly all in at this point to kill them. I know at some point they did find the eco. This must have been why. But they're not running on up here with the Niadra. It's the Kerrigan, I believe, that finds the eco. Yeah, and they're trying to go up here. That's, well, let's watch from our point of view. From our point of view, that is so unfortunate. So the Hawk slightly bumped me and killed the tumor like at this, just before I moved my Selendis back on top to cloak the mineral patch. I'm not salvaging here. I am now because I was thinking I could maybe get away with this, but the overlords make me salvage. Fortunately, because they would have found it anyway. They knew the mineral patch was there, but now we've got a really big army and we're even holding 14k. I don't remember if I go to re-eco or not, but honestly at this point, it looks like a cooler base. Honestly, at this point, this death push is really scary. They could maybe take out the Cybros, and it would be rough for me to rebuild, especially without eco. Costs 3k now. Okay, I just recalled the Cybros and the Immortal, not Immortals, Colossus. But we've still got the Stalkers mid, doing some good damage there, taking out some tech, taking out some hatcheries. Should be able to blink around and yeah, just pretty much two-shot those buildings, or a volley of 2 shots from each of the stalkers. We could maybe buy enough time to recall them as well. We can see I'm trying to run them out as much as possible. And they'll be able to, I imagine, recall as soon as it comes off cooldown. Yeah, trying to ball them up there. I get a decent amount out, probably half that stalker count. It does take me a while to set my eco back up though, because I was focusing on microing, which is a bit of a shame. But I do take, I mean, look at how much they have. I do take out, honestly, probably half of their entire eco. These guys are very poor this game, actually. They do have 2 range, but I just took out a decent amount of tech, a huge amount of their eco relative to the amount they have. And now we're just able to base. We have that probe toolkit, so we're able to make a whole lot here. Where's Kerrigan at the moment? Honestly, and while this has been happening, our team's getting kind of big too. Kerrigan, no, not up there. Where is she? We see where Niadra is. Kerrigan's over here clearing out the swan outposts. Yeah, I can't believe that series of events that revealed that echo. We might have gone the whole game without this even being found. But of course, if that hawk didn't fly past and knock me upwards, that creep tumor would have eventually, well, it would have stayed up and eventually spread a creep down here and found us. If only it was slightly to the left or something. We see one of someone says no, fuck you. We're not basing top right. Actually, we're basing bot right. So maybe we move down there. Although we've already got the mirror up here, the Delta Squad up here, of course Warden Eco up here. Now we can just spread our cannons and wait for Kerrigan to either walk into us or for us to get incredibly rich. So far she's still dealing with the Swan. They're actually at a decent amount of health considering what they were at earlier. Like 5 minutes ago they were not that different of a health count, I don't think. Like we've done 25k, but they haven't taken too much more damage. But still, I mean, they're so poor. They can't realistically combat a base. We've got so many Zealot plus sentries, and then a few Colossus in there as well. A few Stalkers for blinking, as well as like the best like cheap bulk that Selendis has is Zealot plus sentry, and then a few Stalkers are nice just to blink to make sure you can block off areas or try and surround them so they can't get the surface area to spawn units in. We see we're moving out Cerberus in a few units on I imagine a hotkey group here, and we're going to do a bit of damage to creep ideally. If Kerrigan happens to get on top of us, or if Niadra gets on top of our army, we can just recall them with Selendis. But yeah, that's the best bulk you have. And then just a few Colossus. When they're this poor, we'll clear out pretty much anything they can build. We see Kerrigan's moving upwards. We're probably going to try and clear out a little bit of creep, a little bit of the edge, so that Niadra doesn't have an area to walk at us from. There's no avenue for her to walk up, get close, and then start walking off creep to get to us. And then as Kerrigan gets closer, I imagine I'll just recall this ball of units and immediately have our army back on top of us. See Niadra's there, so I probably go for the recall now. I miss a couple of Colossus, but I do get the Cerberus out, which is big. Cerberus now level 6.5, almost has that laser up. What's Selendis at? 5.5. They're a little bit behind. But we see Kerrigan slowly working through. We've still got a good amount of bulk, even just a couple of Colossus, still very good here. Very good for what units they are capable of spawning. We know they have Hydras, and they probably don't have another form of tier 2 unit, so Colossus very good versus Hydras and Lings. Do we get level 7 Cerberus before they die? I want to see the laser. I want to get the laser. All that work with the Cerberus. Never got the laser. Very unfortunate. GG though. Yeah, there are some insane eco spots on this map that you can do that are really fun, especially with the steam vents that are around the map.